Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in rockin Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and I'd like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This week is packed with stuff that's fun to read. A lot of things I'm excited to talk about. Got to start with this big old chunk of Marvel books this week. This is New Mutants #1. Another X-Men relaunch book. You love New Mutants back in the day. Now it's one of the, like I say, many X titles rolling out these days. You've already got Marauders and some different things. This week you get New Mutants and you get X-Force #1. It's the one I've been waiting for because it's got Colossus in it. I'm really encouraging everybody to check out the first issues of all these books. You know, everything has a bit of a different flavor, a different team lineup, all that kind of thing. But if you're any kind of X fan, any kind of Marvel fan, any kind of superhero fan, it's always fun to check out first issues of new X books. Good stuff there. Big week for Spidey too. Amazing Spider-Man #33. Another one of the biggest books in comics right now. I've been loving the Spencer relaunch of the Spider book. All this $20.99 stuff is always a lot of fun. Miles Morales Spider-Man. Absolute Carnage Weapon Plus. Beginning to pretty much the last of this Absolute Carnage stuff. And Black Cat. Another one of my favorite titles. Obviously, we love us some Black Cat around here. And Spider-Man and Venom Double Trouble rounds out a lot of Spidey stuff this week. Daredevil #13. With Wilson Fisk there on the cover. Always talking up Daredevil, always saying this has been one of the best books Marvel's done for years and years and years and years. If you love the Netflix show, if you just love comics, you got to be reading Daredevil. It's always one of the best books Marvel has. Never a bad time to jump in on Daredevil. Savage Avengers, with Daredevil's ex-girlfriend there on the cover. This is one of my favorite titles. This, along with Invaders, another couple books I'll talk about in just a minute. Loving Savage Avengers. Pick up that first issue and you'll see why I've been talking about this thing from day one. Pick up the Black Cat pack of 1 through 5. Jump in at #6. Great stories, great art, great lineup, the whole bit. Fantastic Four, another one of my favorite titles. Another book I've really been enjoying since the relaunch. This one's selling really well too, which means, of course, everybody's liking what they read. Go back to #12 for one of the best jump-in points, or just grab the Black Cat pack or first trade for this for the beginning of the series. Always been a big FF fan. Doctor Doom #2. Speaking of Fantastic Four, love me some Doctor Doom. You can read more about this one in our newsletter. Really great to see him in his own title. That first issue was amazing. Definitely sucked me in and made me want to check out this one. Pick up that first issue. Grab this week's #2. You will not be disappointed. And there's Doom again on the cover of Old Man Quill. This one's wrapping up. This is #11. Only one more issue to go. Fun stuff there. Immortal Hulk, one of the hottest books in comics. Another book I've been talking about since day one. Love those Alex Ross covers. Love the creepy, cool rendition of the Hulk. Sort of a flashback version to the original incarnation of the character. Sort of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, dark horror title. Can't say enough about Immortal Hulk. Pick up #25 and catch up to the new issue. Go back to Volume 1. Do whatever you got to do to check out some Immortal Hulk. Good stuff. Ghost Rider #2, back on a bike and back in action. Another character that it's good to see back in his own ongoing title. Fun stuff there. Swordmaster, the Magnificent Miss Marvel, and Web of Black Widow. Round out all of your Marvel stuff for the week. Love any Black Widow title, that's always fun. But always more Marvel to talk about. Crescent 10 is your Future Fight book of the week. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but cool cover there. And Star Wars Dr. Aphra. It's your Star Wars book of the week. Been encouraging everybody to get into the Marvel Star Wars books. Doing a great job with this one, with the main title, all the different Vader stuff. They got a Rise of Skywalker prequel going on right now. Great time to be a Star Wars fan. Good week for the DC guys too. Let's talk acetate covers. What are acetate covers? Acetate is when you have this cool sheen cover and then you open it up and there's a whole other cover inside. So you get this like cool image and then you get the cool image. Ooh, fancy fun stuff. This is your acetate cover to the new issue of Batman. You know we love us some Tom King Batman around here. Only 3 more issues to go. If you're one of those people who doesn't seem to like this book, I don't know what you're talking about. If you read number 77, it blew you away. It's one of our favorite books right now. More acetate covers to talk about, like this is your latest issue of Justice League. I don't really want to give away too many of the reveals, so I'm not going to open them up for you. But there's that one. There's this Deathstroke one. This is probably my favorite. Latest issue of Deathstroke is always fun. This is your Harley Quinn one. Everybody loves everything Harley. Like I say, it's just sort of this double image, kind of cool cover. I don't even know what enhancement, I guess, is the word we used to use back in the 90s. I like this kind of stuff. It's fun. It's just something different. And then there's, of course, regular books to talk about. How about some Legion of Superheroes #1? You DC fans love your Legion of Superheroes. Millennium was a huge seller. You're super stoked to see the Legion back in their own ongoing title. They've really been absent from the DCU for a long time, so it's great to see the Legion back in action. Green Lantern Black Stars picks up from the issue 12 of the last Green Lantern run from Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp. This one's also done by Grant Morrison, so of course you want this one in your box this week, because you like anything from Grant Morrison. Infected, King Shazam. This is your Year of the Villain one-shot, your Infected one-shot. This one picks up from where Batman has been rolling, or Batman Superman has been rolling. Part of that dark multiverse stuff that everybody's into. I love me pretty much anything Shazam. And if you got to the end of Batman Superman #1, well, you're going to want to check this one out. Lois Lane is your other super book for the week. I've really been digging this one because I like anything from Greg Rucka. Young Justice and Wonder Twins with our favorite Zen and Jaina, your younger heroes of the DCU. The Inferior Five rounds out your DCU proper, but there's always more DC to talk about, like Doom Patrol. That's your Young Animal book of the week. Everybody loves the Doom Patrol these days. And The Dreaming is your Vertigo book of the week. That's your Sandman Universe book. You know, we love us some Sandman Universe around here. Great stuff. A really great week for all the other guys, too. Grendel, Devil's Odyssey is your Dark Horse book of the week. It's a really great week for the guys at Dark Horse, like this one, like Berserker Unbound from Jeff Lemire. Or Crone is your first issue Dark Horse Gotta Have It book of the week. Don't talk enough about those. Just a good week to show you that Dark Horse does a whole lot more than the licensed property stuff, a whole lot more than the Hellboy stuff. They've got, their creator-owned stuff. They got all kinds of things going on over at Dark Horse. So if you don't have a Dark Horse title on your book, on your list, you're missing out on something awesome. Great week for the Image guys, too. This is Undiscovered Country #1. Maybe you don't have the internet, so you haven't heard about this one yet, but if you do have the internet, you probably know this is going to be the biggest book in comics this week. A lot of buzz about this. Scott Snyder, Charles Soule, can't say enough about this. We heard the pitch at Comic-Con and it sounded really awesome. Very excited to read this. Make sure that this makes its way into your stack this week, because it's going to sell out fast. And Spawn 302. Great to see Spawn back at the top of the list. Great to see Spawn on everybody's stacks on Wednesdays again. Can't believe that this guy made it past 300 issues. Been a big Spawn fan from day one. If it's been a while since you checked it out, pick up 300, catch up to this week's recent issue. Always some of the best art in comics. Fun stuff. Deadly Class is your other Image book of the week. You guys love some Deadly Class. Kiss, the hottest band in the land, is now Zombies. That's my Dynamite book of the week, because I love what Dynamite's been doing with the hottest band in the land. You guys love Zombies. I love Kiss. Make sure this one makes it into your box this week. Good stuff. That and Black Terror is my other Dynamite book of the week, because again, it's a good opportunity to show you that Dynamite does a lot more than the licensed property stuff like Red Sonja and Vampirella, Warlord of Mars, all that other stuff that I love so much. They also do cool stuff like this. More of a Project Superpowers. Basically, it's sort of a Golden Age pulp hero sort of thing. Public domain characters that Dynamite's got all back in their own books. If you love the Golden Age stuff, that's great stuff. Transformers. It's your IDW book of the week. Always talking about a great job that IDW does with their 80s stuff, like Transformers and Turtles and G.I. Joe, all that kind of stuff. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's my Boom Studios book of the week. Been loving the Whedonverse stuff over at Boom Studios. He started Buffy and Angel from scratch all over again. So if you're an old school Buffy Angel fan like I am, you're going to want to check this out. Pick up that Hellmouth one-shot. Pick up Angel number 6. Pick up Buffy 8, this week's number 9. Good time to get back into the Whedonverse. Rick and Morty presents Unity. It's your Oni Press book, because you guys love some Rick and Morty. Livewire is your Valiant book of the week. Always encouraging you guys to have a Valiant book on your list. Most notably Bloodshot, because of the trailer and all that good stuff. If you don't know much about Valiant comics, pick up some Livewire. Pick up just about anything they do, and you'll see why they're really one of the better superhero universes out there. And 5 Years is my Abstract Studios book of the week. You might not know much about Terry Moore, you might not know Abstract Studios, but you should. If you don't know much about Strangers in Paradise or Terry Moore, he's one of the great creators of all of comics. Strangers in Paradise is really one of the more unique sort of titles and properties. I check out anything from Terry Moore because there's really no one else like him in comics. So if you're looking for something different, something more interesting and a little less apocalyptic than the superhero stuff, check out just about anything from Terry Moore. And it's a great week for the all ages stuff too. How about some Addams Family? Haven't seen Addams Family in comics for a long, long time. I hope you got out and checked out the latest animated feature. I saw it and it was awesome and hilarious, just like the old show was, just like the old movies are. Big fan of Addams Family, always have been. Like I say, really great to see that back in comics, so pick that one up. And then Marvel action. Let's talk some IDW teaming up with Marvel to do a whole line of all ages stuff. This is a great week to check out all of that. This is Marvel action Avengers. This is Marvel action Black Panther. This is Marvel action Captain Marvel. Like I say, they're doing a really great job with all this stuff. People that have been reading them are really digging it. If you've got a younger reader in your life, if you're just looking for something light, something fun, check out one or all of these. I really like the Avengers one. Really like Black Panther. Captain Marvel's always cool. They've got a Spider-Man one, of course. Of course, they do Star Wars Adventures that we're always talking about. Always encouraging you guys to have an all-ages book, and IDW is doing a great, great job with all that Marvel stuff. And Teen Titans Go is your 100-page giant. A little bit all ages, a little bit 100-page giant. You can't pass this guy up. Everybody loves Teen Titans Go. Again, if you got a young reader in your life, or if you're looking for something light, something fun, you can't beat Teen Titans Go. You can't beat these 100-page giants. I talked a lot about annuals last week. I love annuals. I love these 100-page giants. I love anything that's oversized and gives me a whole bunch of stories about my favorite characters. DC's been doing a whole bunch of these, and they got a whole bunch more rolling out. So be on the lookout for these 100-page giants, because they're tons and tons of fun. Lots and lots of great stuff to check out this week. So get a good look around, check those shipping lists, get down to your shop, pick up something fun to read. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at black-cat-comics.com. Check out the Facebook page. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out the podcast at soundcloud.com. Check out our especially cool Shopify store at the website. Or just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar, 176 South Main Street in Rockin, Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.